Hello! So I just returned from the dentist. So I'm frozen here. So if I drool, it'll be hilarious. It'll be embarrassing, but it'll be hilarious. Let's hope that doesn't happen. But what it did was it made me think even further about fear, because I am scared shitless of the dentist. I am not scared of roller coasters. I'm not scared of spiders. I'm not scared about speaking in public. I'm not scared about motorcycles. I'm not even scared to jump out of an airplane. But I am petrified of the dentist. So that made me think about how there's all these individual fears that we have, and they're so unique to us. And how that led me to think about how there's different kinds of fears and how we approach these different kinds of fears. And going to the dentist, I had to get this filling done. And so I had to get over the fear, and I just was all clenchy and horrible, and I had butterflies in my stomach, and I was like very nervous about the whole thing. And just really didn't want to go, but knew I had to, right? And it's just like when you see a kid who's learning to ride a bike without training wheels, they just know they have to. So there's certain times where fear, either you just got to get through it, and you do, and you do it anyway, or that this fear is actually going to be beneficial, because even though I'm feeling it, I'm actually going to gain something in the end, right? That's not the kind of fear that we're dealing with in our time right now with this whole COVID-19 and this fear of unknown. Like, we really have this underlying scary notion of not knowing what's going to happen and what the end is, if there's going to be an end, and what is it going to look like. That kind of fear I'm hoping to help you with, because I want you to understand that that's not the kind of fear that you're going to be able to get over. That's not a fuck fear kind of thing. That's not a just push through kind of fear. So I want to unburden you from this belief that you're supposed to be able to just drive through this kind of fear. It's not going to happen, and you're okay if you don't feel that you can do that, and if you haven't done it yet. I don't want you to feel like you failed in some way, or that you're not strong enough, or even feel even more scary because you haven't been able to get through the fear, so you're like doubling up on fear, right? Instead, I want you to relieve yourself of that feeling or thought or belief that you should be able to somehow overcome this and just push through. That's not this kind of fear. But there is a couple of things that you can do that I'm hoping are going to help, that I'm going to tell you about, that might help alleviate the fear even more. And that is to consider what it is that you do need to help deal with fear. When you look at somebody who's facing fear, I would imagine that the words that you would come up with is they have courage or they're brave. And in order to have courage or be brave, you need to have belief. If you're going to be courageous about something, or you're going to be brave enough to face fear, you have to be strong enough in your conviction of whatever it is that you're standing up for. So I always think of Tiananmen Square, in the 89, I think it was, where, these people faced such fear, but it was because they so strongly believed in what they were standing up for. And that kind of, or Nelson Mandela, there's like tons of examples of that through history, of where these brave souls stood up because they believed in something. And because there's nothing like, like a specific thing that we're going to stand up against to bring about our courage and our bravery. It's not like we can say, hey, COVID, screw you, I'm standing up against you. It's not that kind of thing. But the notion of believing in something to create brave and courage, you can do. And the thing that you got to believe in is you. So when you believe in something, you hold it dear, you cherish it, you nourish it, and you really deeply care about it. When I think about things that I believe in my children, and I believe in the goodness of their heart, and I cherish those things, and I nurture those things, and I remind myself of those things a lot. I believe in the good of the human kindness, and I cherish that, and I nourish that, and I remind myself of it often, and I try and be that. I try and represent that. as much as I can because I believe in it so strongly. And these build my beliefs and would make it more likely that I would stand up for. I would stand up for my children. I would be brave enough to stand up for them. I would be brave enough to stand up for my belief in human kindness. So we need to build on believing in you. So I need you to think about things that nourish you and things that make you cherish you and your life, and things that make you feel somewhat brave. So just as an example, for myself personally, in order to make myself feel a little bit braver about myself and believe in myself, I occasionally take a dog walk without my phone. Which sounds really crazy, I know. But the security of having the phone when I'm on a dog walk, it's security. It's like, it gives me the sense of, okay, everything's gonna be fine, because I can just, if something goes wrong, I've got my phone, I'll be fine. So being brave enough to go for a dog walk without my phone helps me believe in my ability and helps me believe in my strength, and helps me trust the situation. It helps me trust the present moment. Like, nothing's going to go wrong, Sarah. It's okay. You can leave your phone at home. So I do little things like that. I switch up my routine a little bit, like, just so I can kind of like throw myself a curveball here and there to prove to myself that I'm going to be okay, that I don't need these little moments of security, that the world's not going to fall apart if I decide to take this route home instead of my usual route home, or something along those lines. It could be making yourself a beautiful cup of tea at the end of the day in your favorite mug, and that's you nourishing yourself and giving yourself something. It could be a bubble bath. I don't understand bubble baths, but people love bubble baths, and maybe that's it. Maybe it's you being able to take 10 minutes, 15 minutes to yourself to sit down and just, be with you and discover you a little bit more. And I think that these things are extremely valuable, and although they're not directly related with, fighting fear, what it does is build you up and makes you believe in you, and makes you, kind of find your worth and make you feel better about who you are, and that you recognize that you're giving a shit about you. And if you give a shit about you, then you're going to feel that you believe in you more. And when you believe in you more, you're going to feel braver, and you're going to feel more courageous, and you're going to feel more solid, and that, yeah, I can face this. No matter what, I've got this. I've got me. I've got my back. You've got your back. And yeah, I think that's really the message I want to get across, is you got you. And you're way more amazing than you give yourself credit for. And you're going to be okay, as long as you believe that you're going to be okay. And even when shit hits the fan, shit's going to hit the fan, you're still going to be you. You're still going to have you. So I hope this helps, and I hope it makes sense, and I hope I didn't drool. So believe in yourself, nourish yourself, find the things that help you remember to cherish who you are as much as you would cherish something that you truly believe in and care about. Okay? Okay.